Zelensky and Trump trade blows as feud escalates over peace talks. President Trump called Volodymyr Zelensky a dictator without elections after the Ukraine president said Mr. Trump was in a web of disinformation. It says here the simmering feud between President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine and President Trump escalated on Wednesday when Mr. Trump mocked his counterpart in a post filled with falsehoods, calling him a dictator without elections. Brief drink. His comments came hours after Mr. Zelensky said the American leader had been, quote, caught in a web of disinformation, unquote, from Russia over the war in Ukraine. The pointed exchange was set off by a meeting of American and Russian officials to open talks on ending the war in Ukraine that excluded the Ukrainian government. After that meeting in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, Mr. Trump suggested that Ukraine had started the war, a comment that brought a strong rebuttal from Mr. Zelensky on Wednesday morning. I would like to have more truth with the Trump team, Mr. Zelensky said in some of the most overt criticism yet of Mr. Trump in his view of the war in Ukraine. Mr. Zelensky summoning reporters to his presidential office in Kyiv, a building still fortified with sandbags, said that the U.S. president was living in a web of disinformation. In a post on his Truth Social account, Mr. Trump responded with a scathing attack on Mr. Zelensky. Quote, think of it, a modestly successful comedian, Volodymyr Zelensky, talked the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go into a war that couldn't be won, that never had to start, but a war that he, without the U.S. and Trump, will never be able to settle.